Imagine standing at the base of a mountain, the peak seeming impossibly high, hidden in mist. Here's the twist. That mountain isn't a distant challenge. It's you. The summit you need to conquer is within your mind. Welcome to the real battle. You versus you, overcoming your biggest obstacles. I'm your host, and today we're embarking on a journey of self-discovery and growth, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Every day we face battles, but the toughest opponent you'll encounter is the person staring back at you in the mirror. As the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can clearly say to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control." But why heed the advice of ancient Greeks and Romans? Their wisdom has stood the test of time, guiding emperors and slaves alike. And today it's more relevant than ever. The Stoics offer a roadmap to inner peace and true success in a world filled with distractions and instant gratification. Consider a modern example. Think about the last time you scrolled through social media, feeling envious of someone else's achievements. That's not your real battle. Your real battle is with the voice that says, "You're not good enough." As Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Over the next hour, we will tackle the most significant obstacles between you and your best self. We'll delve into 1. Taming your ego. 2. Conquering procrastination. 3. Building unshakable discipline. 4. Overcoming distractions. 5. Breaking bad habits. 6. Silencing self-doubt. 7. Facing your fears. 8. Fueling your body and mind. Letting go of toxic influences. 10. Pushing beyond your comfort zone. But here's the kicker. This isn't just another self-help video. We're not here to offer quick fixes or empty promises. This is about real, lasting change. As Musonius Rufus, the Roman Socrates, said, "We should not be learning in order to make speeches, but in order to conduct ourselves properly." You might be thinking, "Great, another video telling me to try harder." But that's not what this is about. The Stoics weren't about gritting your teeth and powering through. They were about understanding yourself, aligning your actions with your values, and finding true fulfillment. Take Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism. After losing everything in a shipwreck, he didn't give up. He saw it as an opportunity to start fresh and pursue wisdom. That's the kind of resilience and perspective we're aiming for. By the end of this video, you'll have practical tools to overcome your internal obstacles. You'll understand how to harness the power of your mind, just as Cleanthes, who worked as a water carrier by night to study philosophy by day, harnessed his determination to become one of the great Stoic teachers. But remember, knowledge without action is just philosophy. Real change comes from applying these principles in your daily life. Seneca wisely said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." So, are you ready to prepare? Are you ready to take on your most formidable opponent, yourself? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your journey to becoming the best version of yourself starts right now. Let's begin. Welcome to our first internal battle, taming the ego. The ego is that voice inside telling you you're the best, or perhaps the worst. It's a powerful force, but often a misleading one. Let's start with a Stoic quote. "You are not your reputation. You're not what other people think of you. You're not even what you think of yourself." Powerful words, but what do they mean in practice? Imagine you've just received praise for a job well done. Your ego swells, telling you you're invincible. Or picture a moment of failure. Your ego crumbles, convinced you're worthless. Both extremes are illusions. The Stoics understood that our egos often lead us astray. Epictetus wisely said, "It's impossible to learn that which one thinks one already knows." An inflated ego closes our eyes to our flaws and stunts our growth. On the flip side, a bruised ego can paralyze us with self-doubt. So how do we tame this beast? Let's break it down. 1. Practice humility. Zeno of Citium taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we speak." Try listening next time you're tempted to boast or defend your ego. You might be surprised by what you learn. 2. Embrace criticism. Instead of seeing criticism as an attack, view it as free advice. Cleanthes, who was often ridiculed for his humble background, used this derision as fuel for self-improvement. 3. Separate your actions from your worth. You are not your successes or failures. As Seneca put it, "He who boasts of his descent praises the deeds of another." Your actions don't define you. They are growth opportunities. 4. Practice self-deprecating humor. Laugh at yourself occasionally. It keeps you humble and approachable. Even Emperor Marcus Aurelius wasn't above poking fun at himself in his journals. 5. Focus on progress, not perfection. Musonius Rufus taught, "If you accomplish something good with hard work, the labor passes quickly, but the good endures. If you do something shameful in pursuit of pleasure, the pleasure passes quickly, but the shame endures." Remember, taming your ego isn't about destroying your self-esteem. It's about finding a balance, confident enough to pursue your goals, humble enough to acknowledge your flaws and keep learning. Social media often feeds our egos with likes and follows. In our modern world, try this exercise. Next time you're about to post something, ask yourself, am I doing this to share genuinely or to feed my ego? This simple pause can be eye-opening. Hierocles, a lesser-known Stoic, proposed an exercise of expanding circles of concern. Start with yourself, then your family, friends, community, and eventually, all humanity. This perspective shift can help shrink an overinflated ego. As we wrap up this chapter, remember, your ego is a tool, not your master. Use it to motivate yourself, but don't let it define you. In the words of Seneca, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. In our next chapter, we'll tackle another formidable foe, procrastination. But I challenge you to catch your ego in action this week. Notice when it flares up and practice one of the discussed techniques. Share your experiences in the comments below. Remember, the battle against your ego is ongoing. Still, with each small victory, you're one step closer to becoming the master of your mind. Stay strong, stay humble, and I'll see you in the next chapter. In our last chapter, we tackled the ego. Now we face another formidable foe, procrastination. That obnoxious habit of putting off until tomorrow what we know we should do today. Let's begin with a powerful quote from Seneca. While we are postponing, life speeds by. How often have we felt the sting of those words? Procrastination isn't just about laziness. It's a complex beast, often fueled by fear, perfectionism, or overwhelm. The Stoics recognized this struggle thousands of years ago, and their wisdom can help us overcome it today. Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen." This reminds us that meaningful work takes time, but it also implies that we must start for anything to grow. So how do we stop procrastinating and start doing? Let's break it down. 1. Break tasks into smaller steps. Remember, do not be dismayed by the whole of your task. Attend to the day's portion. When a task seems overwhelming, Divide it into manageable sections. 2. Start with the hardest task. Epictetus taught, we should discipline ourselves in small things, and from there, progress to things of greater value. Try tackling your most challenging task first thing in the morning, when your willpower is strongest. 3. Use the 5-minute rule. Commit to working on a task for just 5 minutes. Often, getting started is the hardest part, but once you begin, you'll likely continue. 4. Practice visualizing the process, not just the outcome. Instead of just imagining the completed project, visualize yourself working on it. The mental rehearsal can make starting feel more manageable. 5. Embrace imperfection. Zeno of Citium said, well-being is realized by small steps, but is truly no small thing. Remember, done is better than perfect. Now let's address a modern challenge: digital distraction. Our phones and computers, while useful tools, can be procrastination enablers. Try this Stoic-inspired technique. Before you check your phone or open a new browser tab, pause and ask, is this essential right now? This moment of reflection can break the automatic habit of digital distraction. Heracles suggested an exercise of examining our day in reverse each evening. Try this. At the end of each day, reflect on what you accomplished and what you put off. Don't judge, observe. This practice can increase your awareness of procrastination patterns. Remember, overcoming procrastination isn't about becoming a productivity machine. It's about aligning your actions with your values and goals. Seneca wisely said, life is long if you know how to use it. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on philosophy, personal growth, and living wisely.